Hey everybody, welcome to Matt Men, your source for all things professional wrestling. I'm Andrew Zarin. I'm joined by the returning Rich Stambolian.
What's up? What's up, everybody? What's up, my babies? This is very nice. I got to say, I know if people were tuning in on the pre-show, and this is the show,
Yeah.
but the studio, got to say, great job.
Came out good, right?
Great job.
Not bad.
Yeah.
This was a work in progress. We had a ton of work to do in here. It's still not done. It's still nowhere. Like I lost the cable for this. We need some lights under here. There's a dark spot on me. There's also this sunspot. I got this when I turned 30.
Yeah.
And it's just getting bigger. I need to get it zapped off.
Are you going to get it zapped off?
I am, yeah. I'm too vain to let that stay.
You should make it bigger.
I should make it bigger. Just the whole face. Rich's shot, I just put together today. Still needs some work. I'm not crazy about the angle. What I actually want to do, I want to get rid of all the tripods.
Okay.
And mount everything.
Okay.
Everything should be mounted, but that'll come in the next couple of weeks. But I wanted to do a show. This is fun. This is the first time we're doing this.
And also, we are very close together now. Now we can see each other. There's nothing.
We're farther, actually.
Are we?
We are.
Are you sure?
I did,
Because
yeah.
I feel like before I wasn't able to. I had to reach over to do that.
To do that, okay.
Yeah. Now we don't have the stuff in our way. There's nothing in our way.
I tried
anymore,
different
Andrew.
things. Like I even tried like moving the desk over there, like having like an in between. I tried all these.
Should we do
different
face to
things.
face like Joe Rogan?
I tried to do face to face. Well, that was another thing.
And
That
I'll
was
just
another
I'll just look at you like I'm stoned out of my mind.
Tell me about the rocks. That's all he talks about is rocks, right?
The rocks.
That's it. Guys, the show's all about professional wrestling, and man, a lot is going on, obviously. Tons of stuff happening.
Mm-hmm.
AEW stuff, WWE stuff, WrestleMania's happening. Who's challenging for the title? Who's The Rock wrestling? Who's The Rock's cousins? These are all questions we're going to try to answer today. Where do you want to begin with, Rick?
Very good. Let's just jump into the news. So WWE and UFC announced a live event deal with, is this one word or is this a acronym? OC Vibe.
They're building a big complex around the Honda Center, and
Yeah.
that's what it's called.
Okay.
Yeah, in Anaheim. Here's a fascinating thing here. Okay, they plan to do a 95-acre entertainment district surrounding the Honda Center. It'll feature new concert hall, nightlife, dining, hotels, apartments, and more. Okay, but here is the fascinating thing. It's almost going to be like a residency for them. They're committing to X amount of dates in that venue.
Right.
I'm willing to bet they are going to guarantee X amount of tickets that are sold from the venue. Plus, they're probably going to share marketing expenses on this. This is where sports are headed.
Yeah.
You know, to have another arm marketing for you and selling your product for you and guaranteeing you some sort of ticket. I don't think they came out and said that these are the things that they're going to be doing for them, but this is very in line with everybody.
Right. This is the future.
This is how media is headed. Everybody's working with a partner. It's getting harder and harder to market anything.
Yeah. And
I think for WWE, this is a fascinating move to partner with a venue.
It also seems like a no-brainer.
Yeah. Last Friday night's episode of SmackDown did 2.57 million viewers, up 4.5%. Tonight's SmackDown with Dwayne on the show.
Mm-hmm.
And people get annoyed that I call him Dwayne. Do you know that?
He's your buddy, though.
Know.
You're on first name basis.
Yeah, we hang out all the time.
Yeah.
Look, he's right there.
Hey. Oh.
That doesn't really look like Dwayne.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. I don't know who that man is.
Not anymore. Dwayne now looks like he's made of like the most purest clay found beneath the earth.
I'm telling you, when we all, in 1,000 years, we're all going to look like Dwayne.
That's cool. Would you woke up in the morning
and I was Dwayne
and you looked exactly like The Rock?
Same body?
Same body.
Oh man,
bald.
But do I have to maintain the body, or is it just always
you have
there?
to maintain the body?
Fuck, I can't do that.
So
man.
6 hours in the gym a day
because he only looks the way he looks because of how he looks, right?
Well,
like,
yeah.
If he was, like what would Dwayne look like if he was like, I don't know, like a chunky dude?
I would. Well,
he looked like his cousins, probably.
He would look like his cousins. But did you see that Kevin Hart movie with him?
Which one?
The one where he was like a chubby guy in high school and they put him in a fat suit?
Yeah.
They put him in like a Clumps fat suit?
Yeah.
That's what he would look like.
All right. I very difficult to maintain.
Dwayne.
Why do you call him that?
You don't call him Mr. Johnson?
I used to. His dad. I used to call his dad
Mr. Johnson.
I had a friend I went to school with, the Marine. His name is Harry Johnson.
Oh, beautiful.
Beautiful name. Beautiful, beautiful name. Per Dave Meltzer, Drew McIntyre still needs to put pen to paper on this new deal, but it kind of is. This is my thoughts now, not Dave's. It's looking like he's staying there because they're advertising him for the European shows after Mania, and he's on a tremendous run.
He's on a good run, finally, and we talked about this for months where he needed to knock that creative rust off, and finally, it's unfortunate that because he's capitalizing on these guys' injuries. But I like that he's putting himself out there as I'm the best for business champion, like I'm not weak. I'm a strong man kind of thing, Yeah,
he's been on fire. This pivot has been interesting. Very interesting to me. At the press conference. The t-shirt, they're marketing that t-shirt against CM Punk.
That's really cool.
Did you watch the press conference?
I watched the press conference. I wanted to ask you, did you see the behind the scenes the fan footage?
No. Oh, yeah. Of Dwayne
cursing them out.
Everybody?
Woo! So good. For those of you who haven't seen it, there's fan footage that's all over Instagram and TikTok from the front row or close to it where Dwayne just unloads F-bomb after F-bomb after F-bomb onto Cody and Seth. And it is picture perfect chef's kiss wrestling. I love it.
Yeah, great. And listen, that is the beauty of wrestling. And I don't think we spoke about this last week, but maybe we did. I got so many phone calls from people like, was that real?
Yes. I agree with that.
And that's great. I love that. People call me that are disenfranchised wrestling fans, right? They're WWE fans. They're never going to watch AEW, but they're fascinated when stuff like this happens. And I got the calls. People were into it. They want to know more about it.
Isn't it crazy that people can... This is the interesting thing about The Rock here. If we can get into the sociology of it all.
Yeah, there you go, MG. That's
for you. There's a callback.
MG callback for you noobs out there. People will, at the same time, hate on The Rock and then love on The Rock, right? They will poo-poo Dwayne and then hold Dwayne on their shoulders.
Listen,
this is a perfect example.
Okay, what match do you want? Okay.
Take it back.
Do you want to see The Rock and Roman Reigns, or do you want to see Roman Reigns and Cody?
Honestly, I'm a Cody guy. I want to see Roman and Cody.
You want to see Roman and Cody?
I want to see Roman and Cody.
Everybody's assuming that's my thought too. I want to see Roman and Cody. I don't know. I don't want to see it.
Yeah, really?
I don't want to see it.
Why? Because
Because we have The Rock.
Oh, okay. We have The Rock. The Rock's going to be used, right? Are you afraid to see Roman and Cody because we have The Rock, or are you afraid to see Cody win and then think about what are they going to do now?
No, because I think the bigger main event, right? The bigger main event is not The Rock and Roman wrestling in a tag match against Cody and Seth.
No.
Night one. That is not the match. You want the match to be the story that's being told of passing the torch, or, you defeating your cousin.
Right, to
story,
retain the head of the table.
He has to. It's a 2.5 year story that they have told. This match was supposed to happen last year, didn't happen. It was in the works the year before, it didn't happen. The story was the year before that, before the pandemic happened. They were going to wait. They have waited every possible way for this match to happen. I get it. As a wrestling fan, I want to see Cody complete that story. It's a captivating story, but the bigger box office show is The Rock and Roman.
I agree with that, but I want to see it. I don't know if I want to see it at WrestleMania. I feel like I think they did the right move. They pivoted in a very weird way.
Well, we don't know what they're doing still.
True. But they did pivot in a very weird way, which is a WWE thing to do. Where
it was that thing was a U-turn, an angry U-turn, dropping the kids off.
All right, fine, I'm going back.
That's what it was. Oh, you know what? Fine, we're going to KB. Fine.
Yeah.
And you turn the car and you go to Bay Terrace and you threaten the kids. If I get into a car accident, it's your fault. I'm unlocking memories from my childhood.
Oh boy.
So sorry. I need a minute.
So yeah, it's cool. This is the coolest time of year. We always say that. It's a jumble of emotions. Everybody's speculating. It's a lot of fun. And listen, either way, it's going to rock. No pun intended.
Right? No, it's going to be great. Listen, WrestleMania is always fun. James in the chat room, I feel like I'm on an island. I want to see Rock and Roman. Me too. And listen, I will never poo-poo on people wanting to see something. I'm just saying what I want to see personally. This is one of the few times in my coverage that I pick the box office over the better match. Because I got fooled with that Hogan match. I have such memory of them announcing the Rock and Hulk Hogan.
Rock Hogan WrestleMania 18.
Okay? And people were mad. Forget it. Don't go based on revisionist history.
Okay.
Here. I'm going to tell you what it was like. People were so freaking mad because Austin got Scott Hall in a nothing match. Everybody was fuming. And Austin was still hot. Like, I know The Rock is The Rock, but Austin was always above him.
Oh, yeah. In terms of, just presence and heat,
Just fan demand.
Fan demand, yeah.
The match technically should have been Austin and Hogan, and The Rock and maybe Scott Hall or Kevin Nash.
But we got what we got.
And I got to tell you, we got something that was far better than you could have ever imagined.
22 years ago.
That match was a nothing match. They did nothing, and yet they did everything.
Yeah.
That is a match I put on. If you're getting introduced to wrestling, I always say that is a match to put on. Don't put on Macho and Steamboat.
You could.
You could.
Top 3.
It's great. It's a fantastic match, but you got to like wrestling.
I think that the Rock Hogan match is the perfect wrestling match.
Who is this guy?
Who?
That guy over there.
Who am I looking at?
Who's this guy? That guy.
Oh, hey, he's back. It's Deion Sanders.
Deion Sanders is back.
Deion. Deion's back.
Yeah.
It's on paper, and I don't want to get any pooped on for this, but check this out. Would you agree with me that is the perfect pro wrestling match?
Which one?
Rock Hogan WrestleMania 18.
Dude, I get so much crap for saying it is.
It is.
It is.
It is. It is the perfect wrestling match.
Two juggernauts, two huge men.
Two huge men.
In that ring, huge box office draw.
Legends in their own right.
They're not doing anything.
Wasn't even the main event.
Was not even the main event.
Right?
No, and then Jericho and Triple H have to go on after that, and
it sucks.
How do you do that?
Impossible.
But
we're not saying it's the perfect pro wrestling match, disregarding other matches, but it is a perfect pro wrestling match. But guess what? So is Okada Kenny when Kenny wins the belt. So is Macho Steamboat.
And that's the beauty of this, right?
So is, yeah.
Listen, that is the beauty of professional wrestling. We just told you the secret here. The fact that The Rock and Hulk Hogan could have one of my favorite matches.
Yeah.
Okay? Is it a 5-star classic? No, by any means. I mean, you know what? Maybe.
On a certain level.
On a certain level.
It's not a grapple fest, but
I was so emotionally involved. That crowd added to it. And then this.
Brother, got a tummy ache.
My belly hurts. That's what he said. Dude, you know what I've been watching with the kids?
What?
So Taylor's way more into wrestling than Hunter. Okay? So... But she's like that. She's very into sports.
Yeah.
Like, she likes being the girl that loves sports. Like, she's so into it.
That's cool.
She wants to go to Rangers games. She wants to go, like, no problem. Hunter's like, yeah, whatever. If I'm in the mood, I'll watch it.
Yeah.
So we went out for Valentine's Day, and I'm like, what do you want to do when we get back? Because, like, we spend the day together, her and I. And she's like, I want to watch wrestling, but I want to watch, like, old wrestling.
That's nice.
And I said, great. You know what I'm going to put on? I'm going to just put on the intros to all the Saturday night's main events.
I thought you were going to say classic NWA.
I put on Mid-South.
So all the intros to Saturday Night Main Events.
Intro. And you know what? Jess stopped what she was doing. Hunter stopped what he was doing. And they're like, Jess goes, oh, of course you love wrestling.
Yeah.
Of course this is why. And Hunter's like, who is that? And it's the freaking Ultimate Warrior screaming, oh! Doing his thing. Giant!
I love it.
And they watched all those wacky intros. Jake the Snake in the shower with the snake.
Oh, geez. Yeah.
Very and they got so into it.
Yeah.
They got so into it. That is the beauty of wrestling.
Yes.
Is it hokey by today's standards? Yeah, of course. But it's still fantastic on a whole different level.
Let's be honest here. I think a lot of it is still hokey.
Dude, all of it is still hokey. Okay? Look at this. Look what we're watching right now.
Oh, the Dookie Stain Chic?
The the Bucks are coming out with their ridiculous. Look how ridiculous they look. This doesn't exist anywhere else.
For those at home that can't see the screen, it's the Bucks intro on Dynamite where they walk out of the limo and they're covered in the dookie.
Yeah,
but it also looked like
blood.
It's supposed to be blood, but it also looks like somebody held a chocolate ice cream cone between them and then they ran into each other, smush it all over the place.
So I mean, listen, for me, that's the match. You know, they also announced that X will be streaming their new WWE Speed.
Oh, that's what they need to do. They need to incorporate it.
You know what I don't want to see? Elon doing that.
No.
How uncomfortable. I don't think his arms go that way.
I think it would be the slowest suck it you've ever seen because he's an awkward like human being.
I would love all the dweebs to do it, like all together, like Mark Zuckerberg, Elon.
I think they'd all get hurt.
Elon's not a dweeb. I don't want him to turn my car off.
He's got the button.
He has a Neuralink. He just does it in his mind. He's like, well, actually, Andrew's car is going to be turned off, and he zaps it.
Oh, he's got the Neuralink.
Yeah.
You just think about it. He's like Professor X. That's like the Cerebro.
Dude, X-Men.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this for a second.
All right, guys.
Okay?
We're going to take a quick break to talk about X-Men.
Did you see these?
Oh, my God.
Did you see what I got?
So great. Yeah.
You want to see it?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Let me go get it.
Go get him.
Hold on.
The whole thing falls on you. I would love it. I would love it if you had like some kind of cubby hole that you could just climb into. Oh my God! Look at these. Look at this.
Look at this.
Beautiful. Uncanny X-Men 277. I love this cover. This is great. Are we doing a live auction right now?
We're doing a live auction. Appraisal starts at about $80.
9.6 CGC X-Men 277.
I ordered the wrong one though. I thought this was a 9.6.
Let me see. Let me see the Weapon X. Oh yeah, I love that cover. So good. Very nice.
And then I got all of I bought so many more.
Mm-hmm. For those of you who live under a rock, the X-Men 97 animated trailer came out yesterday.
Oh,
and let me
man.
tell you guys, friggin' fantastic.
I can't wait for it.
I lost my shit. I lost my shit at the end. I
The
watched it like
Wolverine
3 times.
voice isn't great,
Yeah.
but I'll get used to it. You know.
I lost my shit when Cyclops says to be
lost
my
my
X-Men.
shit.
Yeah.
But it's the
double
same
lost my
Cyclops
shit.
as before, right?
I don't think so.
It's not.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same. I don't think it's the same voice actor. I don't know. I didn't do my research also.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look, I'm excited for it.
I'm very, very
But I'm
pumped for
curious
it.
what story they're going to tell.
They're picking up where the series left off.
So Xavier's dead, but not dead. He's in space with Moira.
I think
right?
so. Or Lilandra or whatever.
Lilandra. Yeah. Lilandra. Yeah.
Well, to kind of tie it in, I just watched the Marvels, and the post-credit scene in that fills in a lot of this too, because there's a big, if no one's seen it, there's a big tie into all this
Great.
at the end. So there's that.
Excuse me. I had to sneeze.
Can we just spoil the Marvels?
Yeah. Can we just?
Who gives a
No.
shit? Like,
Yeah.
nah, get at it. Jonathan, put your fingers in your ears. Put your
What
chicken
happens?
fingers in
I
your
need
ears.
to know. No, you know what, guys? Skip it. Skip what we were about to say.
So there's for those of you who haven't seen the Marvels yet, I don't care because I love it so much. Not the movie, but the spoiler. One of the end credit scenes is somebody waking up on a different dimension, and guess who the doctor is?
Kevorkian.
Oh yeah, dude! Got that machine ready and everything.
Dr. Kevorkian's back?
Man. It was nuts. They introduced Kevorkian into the MCU.
Dr. Zahorian.
Yeah. It's Dr. Hank McCoy.
Oh, at Kelsey Grammer.
Kelsey Grammer as
Oh.
as a CGI beast.
You know what? I like Kelsey Grammer as Beast. That is
yeah.
a totally perfect casting for Beast.
Mm-hmm.
He is a Hank McCoy. Kelsey Grammer.
Same voice actor for Wolverine.
Is it?
And they're in
Yeah.
the mansion. So.
You know what? Maybe it was like a rough sound for him.
Mhm.
The preview didn't come out good, but I'm excited for that.
Love
Whatever. That's all you got.
Little tangent.
Yeah. Yeah, we got the Suck It show. We got the 5-minute Suck It's on X. We're gonna do that.
They got to they have to tie that in, right? I mean, it's a no-brainer.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, because like they're both business guys. So Triple H at this point. So Triple H, imagine Triple H at a press conference with Musk, and he's like teaching him how to do the X.
There's a man inside of Musk, right? That's why he's so burly chested. There's like a little alien inside.
I was gonna say, I think he's a Men in Black.
Yeah, he's a Men in Black. Yeah. SmackDown highlights. Triple H came out. The Rock called out The Rock and the Bloodline. This was a big story here, where Paul Heyman shows up backstage. Braun Breaker, by the way, is there. Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
Right?
Oh,
Okay.
I think my mic may have picked that up.
Oh crap. Okay. Uh-oh. Okay.
It didn't.
It didn't.
It did, all right.
It did or it didn't?
That's a good one.
It didn't.
It didn't. Yeah, it's a good one.
It's a good one. But
Braun Breaker, Sarah Hunter.
that's why you got these microphones. Just stretch it to your
Well,
face.
I have a new dump button. I got a new mute button for us.
Oh,
it's
cool.
coming, so I'm gonna actually install him here so we could just hit the cough button whenever we want to be sneaky. and
Very
say something.
nice. Sneaky.
Hunter's in the back. Here comes Paul Heyman. Paul's like, listen, next week, Roman's coming and Dwayne's coming.
Dwayne.
See you next time. Bye-bye for now.
TTFN.
TTFN. So tonight's show may be, they could possibly be number one on all network television. That would be the first time wrestling has ever become number one on network television. That doesn't mean it's the most watched of all time, because I think that would be the main event,
Yeah.
right? The big event, the main event had like 32 million viewers.
Wow.
And it was like number 16 for viewership.
Oh my God. Here's a quick thing. I definitely I felt it in my bones that, and it's playing out that Hunter is involving himself with this, because if you look at his eyes at the press conference, he was screaming, "Oh, I gotta get in on this."
I know. But you know what the problem is? He can't wrestle.
Well, yeah, he's got the thing,
He has a pacemaker.
but those eyes told the whole story of him being like, "Oh man, I gotta somehow insert myself into this."
I think it's been good. Listen, the Vince stuff obviously is looming over everything that Hunter does or anything this company does, but it's WrestleMania season. They've injected an authority angle again to some extent. Hunter's now, it's a power control. It's playing into reality here.
Oh, how much heat would be generated? I'm going to give you goosebumps. How much heat would be generated if somehow Rock cost Cody everything, right?
Well, that could still become
but gets handed the sledgehammer.
by Hunter?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's an
And-
interesting.
And then Hunter's kind of like Paul Heyman 2.0 almost, where he's like, these guys are what's best for business. I got to protect my business.
Interesting. Yeah. That's a possibility too. We may get a double swerve there.
Mm-hmm.
Bailey explained why she challenged Io. I thought this was done well. Dakota Kai came out, sided with her, but did she really? We don't know, because she swung the chair to everybody. Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne defeated DIY. I thought this match was fantastic on
Great.
SmackDown. I just want to touch on this because everything's playing into it.
Yeah.
And we haven't spoken about a lot of this. I love that Hunter has resurrected NXT 2016
Yep. On TV.
on TV.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you look at this roster, it's all of his favorite things.
It's all his guys.
It's his toys.
Mm-hmm. Pete Dunne's back. He's got his name back.
Yeah, he got his name back. It's stupid.
Butch.
Don't get me started.
I know.
You know what's a great wrestling name? Gaylord Humperdinck.
Didn't he feud with Dusty?
He feuded with Dusty. Yeah. 78. Gaylord Humperdinck!
I'm coming for you.
I'm coming to the Milwaukee Convention Center. That's where they had their match.
Didn't Dusty also go after a bunch of Armenian men?
He
at
did
one
go
point?
on. Yeah. Hog up!
I'll go play therein.
Hog up Tanzarian. Dr. Zahorian was a hero in my family. You know that?
Really?
Yeah.
Not the other guy.
Kevorkian as well. Yeah, Kevorkian as well. All those guys.
I remember when that stuff happened. There was like a 2020 thing when I was a kid. with
About
Dr.
Kevorkian?
Dr. Kevorkian. And my dad, I remember very vividly him going, why did he have to be Armenian?
my father was like, he did nothing wrong.
He's helping these people.
He's helping these people. Fascinating. Tonight's SmackDown, you got The Rock and Roman appearing. Men's Elimination Chamber qualifier. Logan Paul and The Miz. Wow, this is a stacked show. Look at this show. Rock and Roman appearing. Logan Paul's wrestling on TV against The Miz. Kevin Owens, Dominic Mysterio, Naomi, Zelina Vega, Tiffany Stratton, and Shotzi. These are all Elimination
Actually, it's not
Chamber
Shotzi
matches.
anymore.
Oh, it's not
I didn't
Shotzi.
change it. She got injured at
badly.
NXT.
Busted her knee.
And it hasn't. Yeah.
Oh, boy.
So
I
who's
don't
she
know
facing?
Let me see if I can find it. I forget. Someone in chat might know. They did announce it, I think.
Jonathan? No? Does Enzo know? Is it Enzo?
He wants it to be Enzo
He
in the
wishes.
worst way.
Jonathan, are you mic'd up? Just nod your head.
Yeah, I'm mic'd up.
Yeah. How bad do you want to be Enzo?
I'm already kind of part of Enzo. I feel
On a scale of 1 to how you doing?
I'm definitely a 6. No, an 8-7. 8-7.
You're an 8-7?
Yeah, he gets very Jersey very quick.
Yeah.
Alba
there we-
Fire is replacing Shaq.
Alba
Okay.
Fire, thank you.
Calling everybody a sloppy
My
jalopy.
favorite liquor.
An Alba Fire? Yeah.
Yeah.
Elimination Chamber next week, I think, right?
This is the one that we're gonna have breakfast for, right?
Yeah, this is a breakfast time edition
Can't
of
wait.
Elimination Chamber, live from Australia. What the time? I think it's like, what time does it start on the East Coast? It's like 7
It's
o'clock.
5
8
a.m.
o'clock?
our time. 5
Ooh.
a.m.
What?
5 a.m. Eastern.
Eastern.
Yep, and 2 a.m. Pacific.
That's like Wrestle
So-
Kingdom.
Yep.
No, thank you.
You don't want to come over for breakfast?
5 in the morning when
5
it's
in the
still dark
morning?
out.
You know what? In a different time, we would have done it.
I guess
You know
so.
what the worst part is it's only like 4 matches too.
Well, we got the Elimination Chamber to determine the WWE World Heavyweight Champion challenger against Seth Rollins. That would be Drew McIntyre, Randy Orton, LA Knight, Bobby Lashley, and 2 wrestlers to be determined.
2 turnbuckle Dans.
2 turnbuckle Dans in this. Now, well, it's either going to be Logan Paul, The Miz, Kevin Owens, or Dominic.
I wouldn't mind Logan Paul and Kevin Owens in it.
Yeah. I think
They
that's
make the most
fantastic.
sense.
They make
Mhm.
all the sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Women's Elimination Chamber match to determine who faces the Women's World Champion. That would be Becky Lynch, Bianca, Liv Morgan, and 3 wrestlers to be determined. It's either Tiffany Stratton, Naomi, Zelina, or who was the other one you said? Alba Fire.
3 turnbuckle
3.
Dans.
So who's the third?
Oh, they're having
Interesting.
a on Raw. They're having a
Yes, Raw
Battle
has one
Royal
too.
Okay.
to determine the final run.
There you go.
Chelsea Green.
And the rumor was it was going to be Jade, but then they
Ooh.
changed their plans apparently, and they're not going to have her in the match yet. I think
I
because
don't
they
know.
don't want her to take a pin. That's why.
That's fine.
Yeah, why not?
Don't take a pin. Rhea Ripley defends against Nia Jax in her home country.
Mm-hmm.
WWE Tag Team Champions, the Judgment Day, defend against Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. I think it's time to put the titles on somebody else.
Yes.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I would love to see Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate, and then they would have these great classic NXT level tag matches.
Exactly.
Grayson Waller effect with Cody and Seth as well.
That's good. Keep them healthy.
Yeah.
Right?
WrestleMania report. It was announced that both nights will start at 7 p.m. This is great.
Great.
This is also going to help with the curfew to get people out of the building earlier. MG wrote, thank God. I like to think they learned from SummerSlam. Yeah, you were at SummerSlam with Sumcast. So what happened?
Yeah. So when
A lot of
I
dry
was
humping.
so annoyed when it's
Dry humping,
12:15
tons.
and we're still in our seats and we're literally not walking out. Like Roman's music is still playing and it's 12:20 in the morning and we're walking out of the building and it's like, oh man. And so we don't get to our car. We don't get out of there and to his car to leave. And we were stuck in the parking ramp until 1:30.
Oh, my God.
So-
That sucks.
It just was so annoying. I was like, why can't they start these things earlier? And then like 2 weeks later, in Wembley, All In starts at 6 p.m. local. And I was like, man, that would have been perfect because we would have had time to get out of there, grab a bite to eat and, go somewhere for a minute and wait for traffic to die, then leave. And it's still not midnight yet.
Yeah.
And
Is there anything around
was-
that stadium in Detroit or no?
although there's tons, there's like hundreds and hundreds of restaurants and bars, but they all were packed and everybody was, the streets were just jam packed. Everybody was leaving. So
Are we
It
one of
was
the only cities
rather
that
annoying.
has a like 2 baseball stadiums in the middle of nowhere?
Yeah. Well, we're one of the few places because there's nothing around any, even MetLife.
Yeah, there's nothing around.
You're
there.
in the swamps. There's nothing.
Mhm.
Those Europeans that are coming for the World Cup are going to be in for a shocker.
They're gonna be disappointed.
They're going to be in for a
More
real
shocked
shocker.
More shocked than the WrestleMania crowd was a few years back.
Yeah. Well, that was terrible because nobody got home till like 4:00 in the freaking morning.
and it was downpouring, right?
Yeah.
Everybody was stuck in the rain. Yep. So yeah, that's what I take from that. I was like, I'm glad they're doing it earlier, so because
Yeah.
that way they can at least get people out of there earlier.
All right. What else do we have here? Yeah, early start time. Matches so far is going to be Cody versus Roman and Io Sky versus Bailey.
Great.
Dynamite last night or Wednesday night. John Moxley defeated Dax Harwood This was a really hard-hitting match. Moxley got a rear naked just before the time limit expired.
Do you think Dax is going to be a future main eventer?
I like him in the main event.
Yeah.
I think he's great, but, characters get over.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Wardlow defeated Barrett Brown. He had a knee brace on. Adam Copeland, Daniel Garcia ended in a no contest. Nick Wayne and Killswitch interrupted the match, and the match was thrown out. Christian ended up hitting a concerto onto Copeland. Samoa Joe, Adam, Hangman Page, Swerve Strickland, face off. These guys are all great.
Yes.
They're fantastic. And listen, Swerve is so good.
Yeah.
He's still a heel, though.
Right. Yeah.
There's no babyface in this match.
Is he a tweener at this point or no?
I think he's turning.
You know what? Nailed it. There is no babyface in this match.
There's no babyface in this match. But he is getting that, Rock turning babyface feel. He's still a heel, but I like him as a heel. I don't want him to soften up. Timeless Tony Storm presented Wet Ink.
This was great.
Where she manipulated the tattoo. Deonna Purrazzo was her young girl who she helped get into Japan, and Purrazzo was nurtured on her bosom of brilliance and suckled on the teat of her talent.
It's almost like this is MG fan fiction.
and then he bosomed up to her.
I cried when I heard that say that.
And then Professor Xavier showed up.
What?
Do you remember that fan fiction that Jonathan read on the show one time?
Yeah.
That's this Jonathan.
The Shield fan fiction.
The Shield fan fiction.
It was dirty.
Very dirty.
Those episodes are gone, right?
They're gone.
Yeah, I missed the fan fiction ones because we used to read fan fiction on the air about the Shield, and it was always it would start out regular, and then it would get
very homoerotic,
really gnarly.
Yeah,
at one point.
Yeah.
The Young Bucks.
Yeah. Defeated Top Flight,
which is what we're watching right now.
Yeah.
They're still wearing the duty suits,
and they're bullying Tony Schiavone.
Mm-hmm. How do you like this new phase of the Young Bucks, Andrew?
I don't know. We'll see.
You were never too hot on the Bucks to begin with. Even in Japan, you were all right.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, I think that was always your reaction. I get it.
I get what they're doing.
I get it. DX, I get it.
The Young Bucks defeated Top Flight. They were wearing the same outfits. Willow Nightingale defeated Sky Blue. Orange Cassidy defeated Matt Taven in a Texas Death Match. Matt Taven looked awesome.
He did.
I've never said that before. This guy looked great. Did you see that promo he cut after the match? Covered in blood? Freaking great.
Good for him.
I want more of that.
Good for him.
Where is that guy? Who is that guy?
That's the diamond in the rough, I guess, that Tony Khan sees.
People see it. Yeah, there you have it.
We were not fans, not to poo-poo on the guy. He's a good worker. Sure, he's a great guy.
That garden show.
We were of the mind of huh.
Well, listen, I think it was more. It was a very weird show for Ring of Honor because there was a change happening, and remember, everybody rejected what they did that night.
Mm-hmm.
They brought in TNA talent, right?
Yeah.
They brought in Enzo and Cass.
That's great.
People lost their minds.
Mm-hmm.
They got very upset at that because, God forbid, you inject any kind of story into wrestling. They get very upset.
Yeah.
And then they didn't do anything with it because of the fan outcry. And poor Matt Taven in the main event for the title, nobody cared about. They wanted Okada.
Yeah.
Bad timing. Who was in that? It was Matt Taven, Marty Scurll, and I forgot who the other one was in the ladder match.
I remember checking out big time during that match.
I went with Bob and Josh.
Yeah, there was a lot of people there. I went with Jonathan. There was
not
a lot
this
of
Jonathan.
not this Jonathan, the other one. Yeah, there was a lot of people there, and I remember that that Enzo thing was great. And
Jay Lethal.
I thought the Enzo and Cass thing was fantastic, and it sucks that they didn't do anything with it.
I did too.
How you doing?
And that was because of Bully.
Because of Bully.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
AEW Rampage tonight, Jeff Hardy versus Sammy Guevara. Oh, this was last week. No. What did you put here? Oh, Jeff Hardy, Sammy Guevara, in a no DQ match. This is, Jeff gets injured here.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Queen Aminata, Anna Jay, and Bullet Club Gold, the Acclaimed, and Daddy Ass compete in a 12-man tag. AEW Dynamite next week. Samoa Joe and Swerve Strickland and Brian Cage versus Hangman Page, Hook, and Rob Van Dam.
Yeah. Rob Van Dam. That's how you got to say his name from now on.
Yeah. He's also on the 420 Collision.
Perfect.
I'm not going to say anything.
But
not saying anything. I've been a big fat yenta talking about things.
okay.
Okay? I'm not going to say anything because I'm getting yelled at by everybody.
Okay.
I promised people I was going to wait to say something.
About Rob Van Dam?
About something. Anything.
Bro.
We had a great time with him at that freaking pool, dude.
The best time with Rob Van Dam.
He wished me happy birthday. It was
Did he really, Rob?
Yeah.
You guys connected a lot. That was a fun.
Buddy.
When? Like in your brain?
What? When? What?
When did that happen? Like in your head? Did you dream it?
Him wishing me happy birthday?
Yeah.
No. He hit me up on Instagram because I tagged him in the picture. Yeah. It was very sweet of him.
That's very sweet. Yeah, he was very very good
Such
time.
a sweetheart. Great. Katie was great too.
Yeah.
Who else was there? He was drinking like a tropical drink, like a Mai Tai or something out of like a coconut, and he was doing like backflips into the pool.
Yeah, it was pretty
He was
gnarly.
doing this a lot.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of
yeah,
this.
yeah, a whole lot of that. You know what? I feel like that's smart when you have a physical thing to do, because when we were there, people were yelling at him from across the way, and he would just do that.
Yeah, we were at the Sapphire
He'd be
pool.
like, and then that's all you need, right?
That's it. He doesn't even need to do this. He just goes,
he did it.
yeah. Fascinating. Here's the Revolution match list so far. Will Ospreay and Takeshita.
Great.
Fantastic.
Great.
This is Will Ospreay's, I guess, debut officially being in AEW, right? Officially. First match after signing the contract.
Would that have been Kenny instead of Takeshita?
No, I think it would have been Kenny against Takeshita.
Not Kenny versus Ospreay.
No.
Okay.
No, they're saving that.
Okay.
AEW Continental Crown Championship, Eddie Kingston defends against Bryan Danielson.
Awesome.
AEW Women's Championship, Toni Storm versus Diana Puzuzia.
I like that.
Deandra Puglisi.
Deandra Puglisi. Danielle Puglisi.
AEW International Champion, Orange Cassidy defends against Roderick Strong. Another great match.
Yep.
Samoa Joe defends against Hangman Page, Swerve Strickland. And Sting's retirement. Is the title on the line here? It is. Sting and Darby Allin versus the Bucks of Young.
Mm-hmm.
This has to be the main event.
Yeah.
Do we see shenanigans happen? Does Flair side with the Bucks?
Ooh.
Does Flair screw Sting for the 98th time in their career? We will find out.
I think you gotta have Sting cleaning house at some point with surprises.
Okay.
Right?
You need some surprises.
Yeah.
Yeah. You need some surprises. So this is a stacked card, and they're selling the tickets very well. They have over 16,000 tickets sold. The building that they're in is a gigantic building, and it's, with staging, they could do 19,000. So they technically could fit another 3,000 people in that building.
Yeah.
This is one of the best-selling shows in North America. I would say this will probably be the second most attended after Arthur Ashe, the first Grand Slam.
Oh, yeah. I think so. Are we going? Are we driving down there?
To the Coliseum?
Yeah.
We were invited.
Do you want to go down there and just take a 12-hour car ride?
I can't do that. I'll die. I'll die. I'm too fancy, man. I wish I could you know what I wish? I wish I could slum it and get like a motel and just stay in a 2-bed motel overnight for 5 hours, get some sleep, and then go to a Waffle House.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
I know.
I can't. It's not in me.
I appreciate that about you.
I need fanciness.
I know.
I need a bare minimum, a Marriott.
The bare minimum. I need a pool.
I need a pool. I need a nice view.
To use none of it.
He
just likes to know it's there. It's
when
comforting.
we were in Vegas, I got the suite. It was just me.
Yeah. You had an apartment.
I had an apartment.
Yeah, it was nuts. You had an apartment in the
You
hotel.
slept at the foot of the bed like a peasant. Didn't even.
I did.
It's like this. Slept on the floor.
Didn't you upgrade in Chicago too? When we were in Chicago?
No, there was no upgrade in Chicago.
No, zero upgrade.
There were zero upgrades in Chicago.
Those rooms were tiny, but they were great.
No. I did upgrade in Chicago.
We had a different hotel.
You had a different. I did upgrade. I got the suite in Chicago.
Me and MG tore that hotel we were staying in apart, man.
Dude, he was bashing his head on the walls. That's when he was chewing glass.
I did the to bring it back to the X-Men. I did the fastball special. I picked him up and just threw him. I threw him at the concierge. Very light, that guy. He's like light as a feather. MG's got hollow bones.
He's like a bird, like a squirrel. Somebody asked, where do all the bones go for the squirrels and the birds? They're hollow.
His claws were already out. I was like,
who's the Wolverine like in X Factor?
Huh?
Who's that like the claw person in X Factor?
Well, was it Wolfsbane at one point?
Yeah. That one. That's him.
The lady.
The lady, yeah.
The lady
with like the high cut.
Yeah. Wolfsbane.
Guys, submit your questions. We're gonna do a Q&A. Hit us with a super chat and we'll answer it first. Armand is driving to Greensboro for the Revolution. It's 8 hours and 56 minutes. He's going there.
8 hours.
Very cool.
That's like in one shot. All right. Are we doing questions?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. This is from Paul Anthony Moss. Any idea on what the changes to Dynamite's entrance might look like after Revolution?
Yes, I do.
Oh. This is what you couldn't talk about?
No. I haven't said. Well, Tony outscooped me. He wrote that poem. Roses are red, violets are blue. We're getting a new set, so you could suck it. Wasn't it something like that?
I think so, yeah.
I do know what it's going to look like. I saw somebody post that it has a tunnel. Like the tunnels are back. I did not see any tunnels. Or I was not told of tunnels. So, but they are getting a new set. I actually... Want to see something, Rich?
Yeah, please.
I'm going to put the camera on Rich. This is when we have secret talk.
Oh, I like it.
Is that gnarly?
I like that. That's really... You know what?
Yeah.
Finally.
Doesn't that look great?
That's good stuff.
Yeah. There you go. I think you're going to be... It's overall, even the graphics are changing. I'm into the I'm into all of it. I'm into what it's going to look like.
I like it.
Yeah.
We've been clamoring for that, too.
Yeah.
On to the next one?
Yeah.
This is from Portillo. Where do you think Tama Tonga signs after New Japan?
I don't know, dude. 2016, WWE wanted him, and he didn't go. I think he would do well in WWE.
I think he would do fantastic in NXT, or they could hire him as a trainer in NXT.
I don't think he should be on the main roster. That guy. He's been around for so long. He's so good. I don't know. I don't know where he ends up.
I'm going WWE.
Okay.
I'm going WWE. He's got a lot of boys there, right? Anderson Gallows, AJ, Finn.
Mm-hmm.
You know, why not?
Why not?
I'm sure they're all telling him, like, yo, just like come and hang out.
Join
the Judgment Day.
Y'all.
Yeah.
Who do y'all think didn't make the jump over to WWE back in like 2017, 18, 19, that time frame, pre-COVID, that you think should have, and their stock is now nowhere ever near?
That's a great question. Who could have jumped over pre-pandemic that would have been better? Listen, man. I'm gonna throw a hypothetical. AEW never happens. Kenny Omega goes to WWE.
Okay.
Right? What happens? The Young Bucks go to WWE. What happens? Hangman Page goes to WWE. What happens?
They all end up in NXT.
Kenny was not going to end up in NXT.
Yeah, you think he was going to get the Rumble appearance?
I think they would have given him the Styles treatment.
I'm going to disagree with that. I think you have all of them show up on NXT and then stay there for a month and then come up all together to the main roster.
That money that they were going to offer them was unbelievable.
That's true. They did mention how much Triple H was offering them.
Yeah. I don't know. There's a lot of those guys, that could have... It really depends on the time. Cody, listen, Cody left to get to where he was.
Yeah. He had to. So did Drew.
He had to leave. Same Drew. We saw Drew wrestling at La Boom in front of 300 people at an indie show, and this guy was a top talent. You could tell that he was the best out of anybody there.
Bigger than everybody, too.
Huge.
Okay, so the question is pre-pandemic, pre-AEW? Or jumping over from AEW?
Pre-pandemic, pre-AEW.
Okay. Huh.
And their career is worse.
If they made the jump.
The career would be better if they made the jump.
Yeah, they'd be living a much better life right now than if they.
I don't know,
did it.
dude.
It's very
these
tough
guys,
to say.
Yeah, these guys are all really wealthy.
Yeah. Very tough to say. Because then you have guys like a Samoa Joe who get sidelined during that period.
Yeah.
And WWE says you're a liability.
Yeah.
You
I don't
know.
know. Let me think about that. That's a great question. You stumped me.
It's a good one.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
By the way,
Let's
it's very hot in here, and I don't have my remote. I
You
don't
know
know where
what?
my remote is.
I'm not complaining.
Okay, good.
It's you know what? It's so did you go outside today?
No.
So windy.
Is it?
It's so windy. Yeah. This is from Cadillac Carson.
Yo.
Tuning in late. Gonna go back to the beginning of the stream. Love the new studio. Keep those toasters plugged in so they're ready to be used.
That's why it's toasty in here. It's
Thanks,
plugged
Cadillac.
in.
Yeah, we're getting ready. Let's see here. We got one from Paul Anthony Moss. If you're TK, how would you debut Okada? Surprise appearance at Revolution, or on Big Business with Mercedes, or on a theme Dynamite focused on him? Big Business.
You could do big. Yeah. I mean, it makes sense to debut him there.
Mhm.
But does it take away from. I don't know.
I think if you're going to do the Mercedes reveal, that has to end the show.
Mercedes has to end the show.
Yeah, and I think Okada is big enough to be like, if you do them both on the same show, the AEW crowd knows about the working relationship with New Japan, right? So Okada's a big deal, but I think it's okay if he shows up at some point before the end of the show.
Okay.
And
I
then
think you
Mercedes
could have
ends the
one
show.
open. You could have a reveal at the beginning and at the
You
end.
could do both. They
Yeah.
did it. Listen,
Far enough apart,
people
yeah.
are going to say, well, you can't do that. You can't do that. Well, what do you mean? You had on one show, you had CM Punk's first match back. You had Bryan Danielson debut,
Mhm.
and you had Adam Cole
Adam Cole. Yeah.
in one show. So you could.
Yeah.
You could also do it at Revolution. You could do it the show after Revolution with the new set,
Mhm.
back to back. You know? You could wait.
You can wait. Yeah. You can give Okada his own thing.
Yeah, I don't know what the Okada plans are. That is something it's funny actually, because the Mercedes stuff I knew months ago was done.
Yeah.
In principle, at least.
Yeah.
I'm not hearing the same for this. So I don't
Right.
know if they're far apart or
Mhm.
it's very hush-hush. I don't know. What else do we have?
Does Okada show up at the Australian Elimination Chamber?
Oh my God. Well, I mean, it would be an easy flight.
Yeah, exactly.
It wouldn't be as bad as coming here.
See, imagine if he's the last guy in the chamber.
And that would be a great swerve.
Oh my God. Are you okay? Are you sitting on your
My
nuts?
pen broke.
Sitting on your old nuts?
There's a spring that came out of
Did
me.
that come at you?
That just came
I
out of
knew
me,
it.
dude. Fuck.
You're a Men in Black.
Hold on, I got to put it back in. Okay.
Guys, if you super chat us, we'll answer your question first. We're trying to get through them. Let's see. This is from Bob McGee. So, Andrew, any information on that AEW Stadium show you've alluded to
Yeah.
that you can hint at? Perhaps a forbidden door?
I mean, perhaps.
Yeah.
You'll have to wait. You have to wait another week and a half.
Yeah, you already mentioned it, though. Arthur Ashe Stadium.
I never mentioned it.
You were like, because it's the stadium, the only stadium that they run.
Well, yeah, no, people were asking me,
It's a
they're like,
joke.
is AEW ever going to
You
run
mentioned it as a joke.
Yeah, is AEW ever going to run a stadium in the States? I'm like, yeah, Arthur Ashe.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, they do it every year. Just give me.
Couple of weeks.
Guys, what day is it today? Today's
Friday.
what?
It's Christmas Day.
It's Christmas.
The
Give me
16th.
like 2 weeks. Okay. I promise you, I will have really cool stuff. Give me like 2 weeks.
Andrew can't break news on Black History Month. It's a rule.
Is that the rule?
That is.
I
the
can't
rule.
ruin-
No, you can't break history on Black. Or
Well,
Oh, jeez.
break news on Black History.
Cut this guy's mic off.
Yeah, that's my rule, I guess. I guess now we're assigning semi-racist rules for me.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, is there one about Chinese New Year where I can't do something on Chinese New Year?
Well,
Oh, it's the
sometimes
Year
it
of the
falls
Dragon.
in the same time, so it just kind of falls
Dude,
in.
the fireworks going off in the neighborhood were
yeah.
wild.
Yeah, pretty nuts, man.
Yeah.
You can hear them like for days.
Days.
I didn't see that. I didn't bother to look out my window.
You didn't watch?
No.
I loved it. It was great.
All right.
Don K. Fat Joy, MFers.
There you go. Okay. This is from Comic Book Guy. How would you?
So hold on. To touch on that, give me like 2 weeks.
Okay.
I promise. I need to get past certain points to talk about it. I'm not
Okay.
embargoed or anything. I don't have an NDA signed, or I'm not embargoed.
You're not sanctioned?
No, listen. I don't like to break pinky promises.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is from Comic Book
Yeah.
Guy. How would you book the 3-way and the title overall leading up to Wembley. Swerve inevitably feels next, but Joe only having one successful defense stinks.
Yeah, I mean, Swerve most likely is getting that title this year.
I book Joe to win with shenanigans.
I think Joe, it's too soon for him to lose it here.
Yeah.
There's more pay-per-views, guys. This isn't the only one. There's a pay-per-view every month.
Joe,
Gotta remember, Double or Nothing is their big one. So I think that's where it would happen.
Well, Joe wins with shenanigans. I think the Swerve and Hangman story continues to the point where they become a tag team. And they clean house. And they hate each other.
Oh, wow.
Very much like a Shawn Michaels Stone Cold situation.
Ooh, I'm into that, actually.
Right?
Yeah. I'd love to see them as like a can they coexist tag team.
Mm-hmm. I think that's where we're going. And you know what? It's a wrestling cliche, but it's one I like, where you have guys who just hate each other and they have to bury each other.
I do know that there were plans to have this three-way that we're having was supposed to include Max. So I know that was something that was discussed.
Okay.
That before Max got hurt or whatever. I don't know if it was going to happen, not happen. Maybe they kind of pivoted to this to happen with Joe. But I know that was always a discussion that Swerve and Hangman were going to be the ones chasing for that title.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see where it goes. I really like Swerve. I'm getting really good vibes from him.
Oh, same here, man. And this is the Hangman this is the Hangman. I love this version of Hangman.
Yeah.
All right, what's next? Matt McClure asks, any news on AEW TV rights?
No. Exactly what I said in October. I'm anticipating they sign. I'm anticipating they have their pay-per-views on whatever service they put it on.
Mm-hmm.
Max was discussed, but now they're talking about a new streaming service with 3 of the providers that's now going to go in front of regulatory issues. Listen, BR is getting phased out, and I don't believe they're in risk of getting dropped by Warner.
Right.
You can make all the jokes you want about them not having 1 million viewers per show, but I don't think people realize what cable viewership is like.
Yeah.
There's like 5 shows on cable that do break over a certain amount that's valuable. Vanderpump Rules, The Housewives nonsense.
Yep. 90 Day Fiance.
90 Day Fiance, AEW,
Mm-hmm.
and then the rest is sports.
Pretty nuts.
Yeah.
Are you a Vanderpump fan?
No, I hate all those. I don't like. I despise. I don't like the Jersey Shore. I don't like any of
They're
them.
back though.
I know they're back. I saw they're back.
Ron's right there.
Yeah, he
Hell yeah. I love it. Love all that.
Yeah, I can't watch any of it. It gives me rage.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. For sure. You ready for the next one?
Yes.
All right. This is from MCASP. Will Jerry Seinfeld and the boys do a run-in for Sting's match?
Jerry, hurry up. The Stinger's here. The Stinger. Ah!
Who's he stinging? Is he a
Who's he
bee?
stinging me? Is he a bee? I was a bee.
I love your ghostly Jerry. Ghostly Jerry Seinfeld. The ghost of Jerry. This is from Trust the Process 34. Why is AEW so terrible at establishing face and heels? Do you think they intentionally strive for tweeners? I think lack of writers.
Lack of writers.
You know, they don't have the people in the back like WWE does saying like this is what you're gonna do. They just let these guys go out and do their own thing, right? And I think organically it works. Swerve and Hangman, that's organic. It works very well.
It's very difficult for a babyface to get over.
Yeah.
Like the classic babyface. And I think it's very easy to become a tweener, like a badass babyface. Like everybody wants to be Scott Hall and Kevin Nash.
Yeah, everybody wants to wear black all the time. You know who was a great babyface?
Who?
Pillman Jr.
What? Yeah.
Right?
Great babyface.
But the crowd
didn't work.
Yeah, it didn't work. Like he was a pure babyface. I think if Danielson makes the ultimate turn to like that pure babyface, he'll. Terry Funk is staring at me, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Andrew's got the. Is that unopened?
That is open.
He's got a Beyond the Mat DVD.
Yeah, look what's behind it. The Seinfeld set.
Oh, I still got to pick that up, man. It's wonderful.
You want to build it together?
I would love that. Can we do an episode where we just build Legos?
Play Legos? Yeah.
This is from Misfit Wrestling Podcast. Do you think Julia is still WWE bound after helping Rossi start his promotion?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah. The queen of NXT.
Is that what's going to happen with
I
her?
think so. I don't think
She's great.
Yeah, she's amazing. Unless, you know what? Unless she's that new member. Imagine her teaming up with Io Sky and Asuka.
They could do something very cool.
Because she's Japanese.
That bit business was great 2 weeks ago with Bailey. Like, I know what you're saying about me.
Yeah.
Thought that was so good. Tremendous.
Pretty fantastic. Is Hugger Bailey coming back?
I don't want to see that.
No?
No.
You don't want her to go back to that gimmick?
I don't want her to be a hugger.
You know what? That's a good question, too. Whose gimmick do you miss?
Oh.
In the current landscape of wrestling, whose old gimmick do you miss?
Whose old gimmick do I miss?
I miss the Bailey Hugger stuff. I feel like that she was talk about a babyface.
Yeah.
Talk about a babyface.
I miss Badass Asuka, if you want.
That was good. Okay.
Like undefeated Asuka?
Yeah. Yep.
Who's next Asuka?
NXT Asuka.
Yeah, NXT Asuka.
I miss the Dr. Thugonomics.
Oh, you know what?
Okay.
I like that. You'll never see him come back.
Baron Corbin's Lone Wolf was great in NXT when they would do the
fantastic.
countdown, the 20-second countdown. Enzo and Cass, great gimmick.
Mm-hmm.
How you doing?
Thank you.
There you go. Well, Cass is still kind of the same.
Cass is, I mean, yeah, they're both kind of the same.
Yeah.
They're just not together.
They're not the same without each other, damn it.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Jonathan, how much would you pay to see Enzo and Cass reunite?
Pay?
Yeah, like if you knew it was
Nah, bro, I
happening
just go to
at a
Jersey
show.
City, Newark Avenue. I see 6 of them. I don't need to pay to see them.
Why are you getting so
I
aggressive?
know, he's
Okay,
getting
I'm
so
sorry.
angry
I'm
about it.
sorry.
Jesus Christ.
So
He
sorry.
didn't even let me finish my question.
All right,
He's
what's
like,
the next
pay,
one? Next
pay,
question,
Pay
please.
something?
Next question.
Fucking cheapo.
Drunk Hangman, that was a good one too.
You know what? I felt like Drunk Hangman ran its course very quickly.
Did it? Okay.
Yeah, I think so. Let's see. Let's go to the next question. This is from Comic Book Guy again. Do you think Okada also debuts at Big Biz or after?
I think I know when it. I'll give me another week. Give me another week.
All right. This is from John S. Do you think we'll see Jade at Mania, perhaps teaming with Bianca against Damage Control, or do they save her for a post-Mania run? Monday after WrestleMania, that's when Jade shows
attacks somebody.
Somebody, yeah, exactly. And
Yeah,
then you get the oohs and
Dude,
ahs.
she is very impressive. Very impressive to see. Has it. You know, and we spoke about this when she was in AEW. We were talking about how people in WWE were interested. I was being asked about her contract, if I knew anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
The way that she was described to me is, it is rare for WWE to get a talent that new in the business that they don't need to touch.
Yeah.
They don't
which is
need
awesome.
to touch. She was perfect package on AEW. That is a main level WWE act on their TV.
I think you have 3 in the last, 10 years? AJ Styles. They didn't touch AJ Styles. They didn't touch Cody's rebirth. They let Cody be Cody.
Listen,
And here you go.
not good. That you know what killed Cody in AEW? That never challenging for a title.
He said that too. He said that in interviews.
Stupid.
I think that was probably like a mistake, right? But I think the crowd at one point turned on him.
But why did they turn on him?
Because he tried to fix racism.
He cured racism.
I think they just turned on him with those promos where they just didn't get okay. A very close friend of mine made this astute observation. AEW has no room for superheroes.
Yeah, they don't.
Right?
Is it that the crowd rejects them?
I think the crowd rejected Cody because he was the bigger than, all his matches were very big.
They were big,
works
yeah.
very big, right?
Yeah.
He's in the perfect, look at him. Left the company, the crowd turned on him, and guess who's main eventing WrestleMania?
He is.
2 in a row, Royal Rumble
And Punk
winner.
would have main evented also.
Exactly. Right?
Wild.
Isn't that nuts? Like, when you think about it. And again, this is not tribalism. It's just like, those are the facts.
Listen,
right?
I've said this, and I very much enjoy AEW, and I think,
Oh, yeah.
what happened here?
Yeah, I'm gone.
What
Later.
happened here?
See
What did you
later.
guys do?
Oh, shit. I'm a ghost.
What happened here? Oh, let me see. Did something get unplugged there?
I don't know. Where are we plugged in over here?
Let's see.
All right. Having a little technical difficulties here. First day in the new studio together. Should I take my shirt off? No. Yeah, it's back. We're back. What happened?
Oh, it turned off. I think the that power adapter that I got, it's not great. I think it's not
great.
Not great. Not great.
Let's see. We got another super chat, guys. Thanks. Keep them coming. Cody is the John Cena of the new era. Love Cody. That's from Matt McClure.
All right. Yeah. Listen, I very much enjoy Cody. I like his, he's a good guy.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, like superheroes, right? You can't, like, AEW doesn't like superheroes.
AEW does not like superheroes.
Who is still arguably, I think, apart from Kenny. Kenny, I feel like is like the AEW superhero.
Yeah, but Kenny is still like his gimmick is that he's a great wrestler.
Right. Who would have come close, I guess? I think Moxley's still the most over guy in the company. Right?
Moxley is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the most over guy in the company.
Yeah.
And I think underneath him, Adam Cole. Adam Cole's probably like the second most over guy in the company.
Yeah.
People love that dude. But again, they're just cool guys.
Yeah.
Right? Like you said, everybody wants to be Kevin Nash and Scott Hall. Let's see. This is from Mahomes season. Thoughts on Dave tearing into the Bucks Derby segment and the Bucks going to Inside Baseball?
Yeah, I didn't have the same problem that Dave did. Dave was very annoyed that they went into, they brought up Cody and they chanted for Cody. I was like, I thought it was fine.
Yeah.
They were trying something, incorporating some reality.
Yeah. Does, is he mad because of the breaking of kayfabe?
I think his logic is stop bringing up guys not on your TV.
Okay.
Because they're much bigger than you are, which is right.
Very interesting too, right? Interesting fact. Let's see. We got another $1.99 here from Matt McClure. Dreamer, head of creative in TNA. Thoughts?
I
dig it.
Yeah, all right. We'll see.
Guy's got so much experience, right?
We'll see how it plays out.
Didn't he used to write ECW with Paul Heyman?
He did.
There you go.
And he ran his own promotion.
And he ran his own promotion.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is from another one from Matt McClure. I want a Mox versus Joe trilogy for the strap. I would love that.
Oh, dude, that'd be great.
That would be the best. Let's see. This is from Mahomes season. Do you think AEW is going to have a too many main eventers problem soon, leading to upset talent?
Well, according to
question.
the newsletter, did you see this report? Talent is not happy. According to the Wrestling Observer newsletter, AEW talent is reportedly frustrated with Tony, feeling that the popularity is steadily declining, even though Tony presents the product in a stronger light. There's also frustration from a lot of circles since talent comes to the show and sees the smaller crowd since the start of the year. Khan always paints a positive picture about the company being strong due to increased revenue, bringing up ratings. Yeah, listen, the company started off really, really hot, way hotter than anybody anticipated.
Oh my God, yeah.
And then you had the pandemic happen. That stalled the decline. This is just growing pains.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see this as, the wheels are coming off. I see this as growing pains that you gotta maneuver and you gotta do better. Wrestling hot cycles are generally 2 to 3 years. You're hot for about 24 to 36 months. I would say 18 to 24 months. You're hot and then you cool off and then you get hot again. You got to do something different. WWE has been on a warpath.
Oh my, forever.
And guess what happens with them? They get hot and then they get really crappy and they get hot and they get crappy. But they have a 60-year lineage to work with, and they have a lot of the corporate structure to kind of assist.
WWE is also a war machine. That's the other thing. Where when they're hot, right? When they're crappy for us. They're not crappy for live crowds. They're not crappy for the kids that watch them. They're not crappy for the lifelong fans, right? Like there's layers to it where like that merch machine will keep rolling and they'll keep selling out venue after venue. Even if to us the product isn't great, it's still making money.
Yeah.
The AEW thing, I think, it's growing pains, like is it a problem with the new generation of people who are like under 25 who work there that are just like, now, I'm upset.
Listen, their attendance is terrible and they could do something about it. I think a little bit extra marketing, a little bit extra this, a little bit extra that will bring that. And their numbers are not that far off. Some of these buildings, you got in 2,400 people, you put another 500-600 in there, it changes the vibe.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to be packing every building with 7,000, 8,000, 9,000 people. It's not going to happen, especially today.
The marketing thing is interesting because we can touch on that a little bit, especially remember the first Arthur Ashe show in New York there were billboards and flyers and posters everywhere, in the subway, all over the place. This past year, there was nothing.
Nothing.
You didn't even know the show was going on.
Listen, and the attendance explained it.
Yeah.
You gotta compete. You gotta market everything. You're competing with everybody and everything. You're not just competing with yourself.
Well, now, if you say that, does that pigeonhole you into like an ECW? Because that was ECW's thing, right? Like, we're the extreme. We don't want to watch WWF, watch ECW.
Yeah, but
right?
I don't think that's the place for AEW.
But I'm saying like they are the alternative.
Yeah.
But how do you market that alternative that isn't as extreme as the other alternative used to be?
I think you just have to do it as we're another option.
Okay.
We're just another option. It's wrestling. It's just different guys.
They're Coke, we're Pepsi.
They're Coke, we're Pepsi.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Instead of their Coke,
we're the counter. We're RC Cola. We're the underdogs.
Right. We're the vodka tonic. Those guys are Pepsi.
Yeah. All right. What else do we have?
Let's see. Got time for a couple more questions.
Because you got a heart out.
I do have a heart out. Let's see here. Let's do one from Pro Wrestling Joe. Is there an AEW pay-per-view in April? And do you know if the new TurboMax sponsorship is worth much for AEW?
Is there an AEW pay-per-view in April? I'm going to defer that question.
Another 2 weeks?
For another 2 weeks.
Can we also make our
Not
announcement?
a yes or a no. Don't announce.
Can we make our announcement or another 2 weeks?
Another 2 weeks. So that's it. Do you know
the date?
Sorry. I am a scoopless Zarian today. I'm not. I don't want to say anything today. I'm not ready for it. But
Why are we here?
Just to talk shit, dude. That's all.
Yeah. Why are you here? Aren't you sick?
I can find out what that TurboTax deal is. Somebody else asked me about that. I can find out.
TurboMax.
Listen, I've said AEW is going to be doing monthly pay-per-views this year.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I've said.
Yeah.
Ring of Honor's canon.
Ring of Honor's canon.
And they're expanding their pay-per-view. So I have not changed anything that I have said.
Here's one from Brad Smith, kind of going with what you were saying. I wish AEW stuck with cities they know sell. Orlando, Philly, New York, San Antonio, etc. Type of shows do well each time, but they spent 2023 going to markets that didn't work and had lame crowds. Do you think they should limit the number of live shows that they do?
I just got sent something. No, I don't think they should limit. I think, Collision changed their touring.
Yeah.
For sure. So they had to find new venues. I think that like the 1 month Canada tour was not good over the summer.
Mm-hmm.
That didn't do well. Apparently it's selling okay this time.
Yeah.
Not great. It's hard. Listen, man, to put on a show every single week in a different city, in a different market, and have it do great. It's a very difficult task. Nobody does that. Nobody does that.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Now, I feel like I don't think they're alienating fans at any stage, but if you think fans are looking at the card and then saying like, I don't really care for this.
I think fans. I also think a lot of people were traveling.
Yes,
to go to shows, and that stopped.
Okay,
and maybe you had a 10%, 20% traveling, viewership attending your shows. That plays a big part too.
Okay,
I think once you saw it, you saw it. But they also, you don't have Kenny Omega right now. You don't have the guys that were super hot in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
It felt like a rock concert more than anything else, and it kind of feels like a wrestling show now.
Okay,
that's it.
Fair enough.
So they got to pivot. They got to adjust. They got to get that edge back. They do have edge, but
they get
different edge.
Well, that's the thing. Like everybody bandied about that AEW is the punk rock of wrestling, but like you said, it kind of feels the opposite of that. It just feels like another show. Again, not to take away from it. I love watching it, and I love all the talent, most of the talent on there. Right? I like to see. But yeah, I feel like there's just like a little thing Or it's like, oh, I kind of wish it was like a little bigger and like more in your face, you know? More extreme, you might say.
More extreme.
More
Well,
extreme.
you like that sign?
I like, yeah, oh yeah.
The extreme sign?
I think that should be behind you.
You think so?
Yeah. Because then you'll have
I'll swap them.
You'll have the three of them behind you.
I'll swap them.
Is that a Finn Balor?
Where?
Right behind you.
Yeah.
Is that a Ryan Ryan Dunn from Jackass?
Yeah, both.
Trust the process. Super chat. What is your best current wrestling hot take?
I mean, would you say that for me, it would be the bigger match is Roman and The Rock?
That's a good hot take.
That's a hot take.
Yeah, I think I want to see Okada in WWE.
You want to see Okada in WWE? That's a great hot take.
That's
my
been your
hot take.
running hot take.
That's a great
for
hot
years.
take.
I want to see Okada in WWE. So what?
Yeah.
Wrestle with the big boys. Okada versus Roman. Okada versus Rock.
Oh my God. Okada versus The Rock.
How great would that be? Imagine The Rock taking that beautiful dropkick.
Oh my God. He goes to the center of the earth.
Okada reverses the rock bottom
Into a Rainmaker?
into a rainmaker.
Yeah.
Rock sells it like a stunner.
Do they call it a Rainmaker there?
Oh, they have to.
They have to.
What else would they call it?
I don't know. There's something dumb like cha-ching. Cha-ching.
All right. This is from Matt McClure. How did they botch Switchblade? I don't think they botched him. I think that's a very thick roster.
I think I think that the problem was they didn't want to bring him in and put him on the top. He didn't fit in. He didn't want to lose. They didn't want him to lose too often, so they put him in this weird scenario.
Plus, not to mention, he's on almost exclusively on Collision.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people don't watch Collision as much.
And Collision's a great show too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
I don't think they botched him. I think it's a slow burn for Switchblade because they obviously have plans in place. Right?
Yeah.
Like he seems like a guy that's gonna get all the belts.
I think he's
going to
do okay.
You know?
I think he's going to do fine.
He's gonna do just fine.
This is your camera turned off. See?
Damn.
Again. I don't know why. Go read it.
We're gonna hit this other super chat here. This is from Keenan Evans. What is your favorite weird? I love this question. I love this, Andrew. I love this question. What is your favorite weird dream match? Mine is Eddie Kingston versus Hulk Hogan.
Oh, cheer.
Imagine the promos.
Oh, Eddie just going ham on him.
It might.
All the
Yeah,
bad
there we
stuff.
go. I'm back. I think it might just be a little loose or something.
I think it is a little loose.
What is your favorite weird dream match? Mine is Eddie Kingston versus Hulk Hogan.
Oh. Undertaker versus Kenny Omega.
Oh my God.
Even
Puts him up for
better.
the one-winged angel, but then
Yeah.
he sits up.
That was really easy for me to pick.
Hogan versus Kenny, I think would be awesome. Versus Eddie would be amazing.
Hogan versus Ken. Hogan goes for a kill.
Yeah, leg drop.
He goes for a V trigger.
Mm-hmm.
Hogan goes for the V trigger.
Hogan.
I did. You know, there is a match. What match did I just watch? I watched a match with Hogan, and he does a running high knee.
Was it Hogan teaming with Muta?
No. It was like in America.
Oh wow.
He just went off the ropes and went for like a V trigger, like a running high knee, and I was like, I've never seen. You know how high he got off the ground?
This high.
This high.
This high.
But for that leg
Zero
drop, man,
ups.
he
Oh.
would go all the way to space.
Yeah, I feel like because he's so tall that he doesn't jump.
No,
He just
doesn't
like
need to-
just
he
lifts
moves his legs.
Moves his legs up. What would a promo look like between Eddie and Hogan?
Oh,
Oh my God. Oh, I would.
You come out here looking like a hot dog.
out.
Come out here looking like a hot. Like, I can't do a Tracy Morgan voice. I'm
It's Tracy
jiggling too
Morgan.
much.
It's Tracy Morgan.
Come out here with your hot dog skin.
So good. That's great, actually.
Camelot Carson says Roman Reigns versus Orange Cassidy.
No, that's another bizarro one.
That's a good bizarro.
That's
Yeah.
very
Like,
bizarre.
Yeah.
Superman punch versus Superman punch.
Yeah.
I'd like that.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, they fuse. They do it at the same time, and it's just Roman puts on the jacket. He wears the jacket and the glasses.
Shield versus BCC.
Oh man, one person is in both.
You'd have to clone
You
one.
would need Dean Ambrose.
Dean Ambrose and John Moxley.
Dean
Got
Ambrose
it.
and John Moxley.
Got it.
Matt McClure. Hogan in Japan was crazy. Hogan in Japan is the best.
Yeah.
Mahomes season. Should TK let any unhappy talent freely leave? I think he does, right?
No, you should not. You should never let your talent leave.
But I think he
you hoard your talent. You stock them.
with the Andrade thing. I think he let him leave, right? Or just like the contract was up and he was like,
I
"All right,
don't know
whatever."
why he. I don't know. I think it's terrible to establish somebody on TV as a dominant person and then give them off.
Yeah.
You know?
Got another super chat here from Matt McClure. Cody versus heel Hollywood Cena, Mania 41.
Oh, man. Love that.
Oh, that'd be great. That'd be great.
Yeah.
I can't think of like a modern wrestling. I'm still thinking about Keenan Evans' question about weird dream matches.
Oh, there's so many.
There's a million.
Yeah.
But like in the modern...
You know what I want to see?
Go ahead.
Mick Foley and Aleister Black.
Oh, like which version of Mick Foley? Like Cactus Jack?
No, Mankind.
Cactus Jack will get
Mankind.
you high tonight.
Cactus Jack will get you high tonight. Just a little push.
This is from C Cool. If not WBD, who could buy the AEW rights?
I don't. Well, there's nobody else left.
Yeah.
Paramount's merging.
Disney?
No.
The mouse?
No. I think this is it. I think anything else would be a downgrade.
Well, technically, if that new deal goes through where they're all merging, that kind of is.
But
Disney,
that's gonna
because
go
they'll be
through
involved in it.
regulatory issues.
Yeah, it's
There's
gonna be
so
a
many
minute.
moving parts here.
Yep.
Yeah. But remember when I said there is an aspect to this new deal that Tony wants, and it's linear and digital for simulcasting, much like how the NBA is done on Max. So this is kind of going into it.
Matt McClure, Claudio versus Bret Hart.
Oh man. I
That
want to
would
see
be
all like the Bret
fantastic.
Hart guys face Bret Hart.
Yeah. Dax.
Yeah.
Punk.
Who you know what? Who would Bret Hart wrestle and get annoyed with?
Enzo.
Bret Hart versus Enzo Amore.
Orange Cassidy.
Yeah, he would have no time for that bullshit. He'd be so annoyed at Orange Cassidy.
Orange Cassidy. And who's Vikingo?
Him and Vikingo, that'd be great. I'm into that.
I think he would get irritated with Vikingo.
Yeah, I'm into that.
Any of the flippy guys. Like who's the flippiest? Here's a question for you.
Yeah.
And MG too. Who's the flippiest guy in wrestling right now?
Ricochet.
Oh.
Mm.
Who is the flippiest guy in wrestling?
Is it
I think it is
Vikingo?
Vikingo.
On TV.
Yeah.
On TV.
On TV.
Mhm.
Okay.
All right. Thoughts on the Sammy situation?
Which situation is it?
He's
Yeah.
very hairy.
I think
What's
he's talking about
Sam-
Sammy
Sam-
Guevara.
Not Sami Zayn. Sammy Guevara.
Sammy Hagar?
He's the Red Rocker.
Oh, with Jeff Hardy. Well, he fell and he broke his nose.
Yeah. Clobbered him.
Yeah, terrible. Happens. It's wrestling.
Yeah. Poor Jeff Hardy though.
Yeah.
I want Foley versus George Costanza. Cadillac Carson.
Oh
Yeah.
dear.
What else do we got here? Somebody said Viken, give me Keith Lee versus Vader. I would love that. Imagine that is a dream match if that happened.
Who is it?
Keith Lee versus Vader.
And there goes
Keith Lee
Cameron.
versus Vader. Yeah, your camera's dead again.
All right, do you want to wrap it up?
Yeah. Do we have any more super chats we got to touch on?
We got one more
Okay.
from Matt McClure. Matt Hardy was cussing out Sammy after.
I bet he was. I would too. You broke my brother's face.
Mhm. I would like the return of the Brokens.
Oh, the Broken Hardys.
Yeah.
I'd love that too.
Mhm.
I always liked that. Nobody got it right except for TNA.
TNA got it right. I think when they were doing the Jacksonville stuff for Dynamite, it was good. Because then remember he did the teleport?
Yeah, he did the freaking
It was
teleport.
awesome. It was awesome.
Yeah. All right, that's it. We got everything. Yeah, I got to figure out why your
I think
camera
we
keeps
did.
turning off. I think it's loose. You're right.
Yeah, maybe
I
it
think
needs
it's
a new
little loose.
wire. It's a little loose.
Yeah.
Whatever.
All right, guys, that's it for this week. I'll be back on Sunday, Wrestling Observer Live. I'll be back on Tuesday where we're live, pal. And we're back on Friday again with another Matt Men.
Ugh.
Bye-bye for now.
Later.